today's focus is how to punch continuously, front punch, with using the center line. So you see a lot of karate practitioners who start out with a horse stance, and we learn in martial arts how to punch straight like that, okay? The only problem with punching straight like this is you're leaving your upper quadrant open, and this is how you're gonna get punched back into your face, and then you're gonna feel the pain, get knocked down, and then you kind of wonder why karate doesn't work, okay? So today I'm gonna teach you how to do a double punch, a continuous fighting motion where you can go forward toward your opponent, but then at the same time blocking your head, which is the part where people knock you down pretty much, right? So when you punch, make sure you go to the center line and you have your shoulder up this way, okay? But we're gonna do the double punch this way versus this way, right? So in class, you practice the double punch, you know, straight down this way, making sure that you're lower than your shoulder. But now I'm gonna teach you the way to punch in a real situation where you're gonna continuously attacking your opponent. All right, so Daniel, come on in. All right, so I have my opponent right here, right? So, I mean, in the karate class, we're gonna punch, double punch like that, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're gonna focus on how to punch at his sternum, okay? The reality is, I can punch his sternum, but I'm not able to knock him down, okay? So I wanna focus on his face. So let's say if he punches me right now, he punches me to my face right here, okay? So we learn to punch this way, deflecting his arm so that we can go up to his face. That is extremely difficult, okay? Because first of all, we don't know how fast it comes and how strong his arm is before we can even decide to think that we're able to deflect his arm, okay? So I want you to focus on, he comes, and as you see his hand move this way here towards your face, I want you to learn how to turn your body at an angle and then punch this way here. So you see how my knuckle is actually facing downward. And the reason why we're doing this here is because when my knuckle goes face downward, my elbow is going upward, and then my head is actually tilting to the other position, okay, away from his fist, because you really don't want this to connect to your face, otherwise you're gone, okay? So when he comes, if you see him move, then you go this way, okay? Now how's the double attack goes? Because every person who's gonna punch you, they're gonna punch you more than once, okay? So you have to expect that he comes this way, punch, and then the other one will follow as well, okay? So learning that when he comes this way, you lean this way. This hand, we call this a protecting hand. So it's not a chamber where you practice your kata, but more of a protecting hand of your face over here. So once you punch this way here, you know he's gonna go that way, the other hand. And as he punch, then you learn how to turn as well, okay? So we go fast motion, he goes pa, pa, okay? We go pa, pa, that way, okay? Now, a person who knows how to punch, they probably go forward this way here. They're always continuously going forward to attack you. So what you need to do is you need to be not rooted as much as in karate, where we talked about how to stay rooted and stick your legs to the foundation so that you can be rooted in order to transfer all your energy and your power to your opponent. But the truth is, staying rooted too much, you don't have the I call it being dynamic, right? And if you cannot be dynamic, then your opponent is gonna charge you, and then you don't know what to do next. Then you only rely to your upper quadrant, which is your hand, right? In order to have a strong hand, in order to have a strong punch, you gotta be able to move on your legs as well, all right? So it comes on, come in. So once again, so what do I mean by that? Now you can see my whole body. See, I'm standing this way here. As he punch, I wanna see how I shift into Zenkuchidachi, which is the bow and arrow stance. And as he punches the other one, I'm shifting again, right? So I'm going like this, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, this way, okay? This way, this way. So he comes, this way, okay? All right? So try to learn and punch like that. So if you want to practice in your dojo by doing this way here, and we have done double punch like that for 100 punches and stuff. Now I want you to take it to the next level and learn how to punch this way. So you still can chamber like that, but make sure your body lean forward. Make sure this your knuckles is center line with your face, right? And then turn this way. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. So, take that to another level. See how you feel. because it is extremely important to understand the differences between doing kata versus being in a real situation where you have to throw punches like that. All right, so just to put it into perspective one more time. So let's say again we stand here like this here. The person just want to come over and he wants to take your head off. So he's probably about to punch you, right? And most people when their hands up here, that means they really want to engage into fighting already, right? Now as much as I'm gonna have a video about this, is should a karate person attack first or not, right? And I understand that when you learn your karate, you should always do defense first. But it all depends, right? Every time when you do defense first, the attacker always have that higher chance to knock you out, right? Because it's really hard to anticipate what to do first, right? Why bother guessing what he's gonna do? Because look, he's already wanting to fight. Let me just take him down instead. But this video, let's focus on us defending instead, okay? And then later video, I'll take that to the next level. So from here, hands up this way here. So based on his stand, as he move, you go up this way. You see how I turn? Right? As you go the other way, boom, this way, right? So in this way here, when I punch this way, I'm punching, but at the same time, you want to think about blocking as well. You see how I go upward? Because most people are going to punch your face anyway, right? So you want to go upward like that. See, upward like that, like cut through in this way. So let's say if this guy, he doesn't punch that well, he does a hook instead, he does a hook, doesn't matter, right? I just focus on my center line and I go here, okay? And as he punch the other one, see how I hook this way here? Just like a high block, but yet instead of a high block, I'm going cut through him this way, right? Cut through, punch, one, and cut through this way, okay? So we go 1, 2, this way, okay? So practice 1, 2. Right, 1, 2, okay, and again, you don't want your stance to be low, okay. You want to practice your stance to be, I call it between a walking stance, which is this way here, and a bow and arrow stance, which is a little bit longer. I want to be in between, like a nahanchi stance. So you see, a nahanchi stance is the stance this high here, but now when you have both of them at this angle, it becomes a walking stance and a Zenguchidachi stance, right? And this stance here is extremely important because this is a stance where you're able to move your body. All right, so please click like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.